We've been reviewing a lot of data here at Gallup.com about the impact of the government shutdown on Americans' attitudes. Congress approval is near its all-time low, within 1 point. The most important problem facing the country at this juncture, Americans tell us, is dysfunction with the way government works and so on and so forth. We've had some record low image ratings for the political parties and so forth. Therefore, one might suggest that maybe Americans are fed up with the way the two major parties are handling things and would say it's time for a third party. Well, let's look at the numbers. Since 2003, we've been asking Americans just that question. Are the two major parties doing an adequate job, or is a third party needed? And right now we find 26%, pretty low number, of Americans say the two major parties are doing an adequate job, and 60%, as you see, say that a third party is needed. Now, is that a big change? Well, not really. That 60% who say a third party is needed is, in fact, the highest we've ever seen on this measure, at least over the last 10 years, but only by a point or two. So it's not off the charts, but nevertheless, we can say, we can certify something that we've seen off and on over the years, that the American public, at least a majority of them, are interested in the idea of a third party. We looked at the data carefully, not much difference between Republicans and Democrats naturally in their preference for a third party. Independents, of course, say that they would prefer a third party be out there. After all, they identify as independents and not with one of the two major parties. You might suspect that young Americans are more likely to favor a third party. Well, that would be wrong. They're actually the highest of any age group, 18 to 29s, in saying that the current system does okay. That is, the two major parties do an adequate job. It's 50 to 64-year-olds who are most likely to say a third party is needed. Also, what about the idea of divided government? Some commentators have said that having divided government, that is right now with a president and the Senate in one party and the House in another, leads to the kind of paralysis that we're seeing in Washington. However, we don't see any pent-up demand on the part of the American public that everything be from the same party here. In fact, it's the opposite. Right now, just 25% of Americans say that it would be better to have everybody from the same party. The rest either say, it really doesn't make any difference to them, or having different parties in control of different parts of government is a better idea. In fact, that 25% by a few points is the lowest interest in having government from the same party that we've measured, at least since we've been asking this question over the last 11 years. So again, we're not finding any strong sentiment on the part of the American public that it would be good or preferable to have all three branches of government, branches I say, the presidency, the Senate, and Congress, controlled by the same party. That's an update for you on how Americans are viewing some of the political implications of this shutdown here in Washington, D.C. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.